back. You're watching the show that gives you all your queries and all your queries answered right here on Stocks Calling. Now coming back to the markets, and what can we expect from the OPEC meeting? It's been on. The oil prices are also fluctuating continuously. What can we expect, and how is it going to impact the Indian market?
See, as far as this meeting is concerned, I wouldn't see too much coming out of it. Perhaps the oil demand per se is growing at around 2% per annum, and if you take a look at it, the demand has been hovering at around 90 million barrels per day globally, and I wouldn't see the OPEC actually cutting down its production or increasing it, for the simple reason that any price above $120 per barrel is unsustainable, and there is a range called the demand destroying range, and that the $120 to $140 per barrel is that range. And once the crude oil actually enters that range, I'm sure that it's a theory that most of the people would actually stop using petrol, and then they'll look at other means of energy. So that is something which will happen, and going forward, I don't see crude actually entering that phase, at least for a couple of more years. So my personal feeling is that crude will stay here between $100 per barrel to $110 per barrel. So that is the kind of range that I am looking at for the next 1 year's time frame. And as far as India is concerned, I wouldn't see the diesel prices would be partially deregulated at some point in time or the other, and
we are expecting a hike in that
absolutely
at this point of time.
But now that the e-com is being postponed indefinitely, I'm not sure when that will happen, but it has to happen. That is the inevitable. I mean, it's absolutely inevitable, because OMCs cannot continue to bleed like this and continue to hit the fiscal deficit like this. So something has to take place, and then you will see another hike in the diesel prices. Perhaps it will be a controlled hike, and perhaps a range will be maintained. As far as petrol is concerned, yes, but I'm seriously concerned about petrol, for the simple reason that even petrol will start entering a demand destroying level of around 75 to 80 rupees per liter, which will actually start impacting the demand for petrol, and obviously the prices will start correcting since it's a free market regime. So that is the kind of implication that we will actually see as far as the increase in crude is concerned. Yeah.
Let's take some live callers now. We have Mr. Chandrasekharan from Porur. Good afternoon, Mr. Chandrasekharan. What's your query for us?
Good afternoon. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Mr. Chandrasekharan.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Mr. Chandrasekharan. Go ahead with your query.
Regarding Gujarat State Fertilizer.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Chandrasekharan.
I am Chandrasekharan from Chennai.
Okay.
I want to know regarding the Gujarat State Fertilizer chemical. Hello?
Yeah.
The share is, as on date, the share is trading at about 360 rupees.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
And what is your time period, sir?
The share is trading about 360 rupees. The company's EPS is 100 rupees. Book value is 350. Equity 77 crore. Why the share is not trading above the particular limit? Why it is?
Okay.
Wants to know why is
the
it not
share
trading?
is not proper, good, not trading a good one. Please tell me regarding whether I hold the share or not.
Right, Mr. Chandrasekhar, we'll take your query. He wants to know if it's going to
GSFC is a real good counter to actually hold on to. It's one of the companies which is run by the Gujarat state government. The only problem with GSFC is that it has to, and with Gujarat, the government, is that every company which is actually run by the state has to contribute close to 30% of its earnings towards the corporate social responsibility or something. It's called the GSEDS. There's no clarity as far as GSEDS is concerned, and that is the reason why GSFC is not getting that premium valuations. And if you take a look at, like we spoke earlier, if the monsoon is expected to be really good, I would expect GSFC to report some real good numbers going forward, and the stock to actually double from current levels in the next couple of years time frame. So that is something that cannot be ruled out as far as GSFC is concerned. So yeah, holding on to GSFC would be the right thing to do, and increasing your investment horizon. Yeah.
So, Mr. Chandrasekhar, expert telling there, hold on to your shares, be a little more patient, and I'm sure you will reap the kind of returns that you want. Now, we have another email query that's come up. It's from Shweta. She's from Nanganallur, and she says she's bought quite Bharti Airtel shares at 380 rupees, and she wants to know how will the shares perform in the next 12 months.
12 months time frame, Bharti is the only telecom stock that you can actually buy into, for the simple reason that that's the only company which has got that presence and the customer base. Any other company is obviously into a lot of problems already. So I would say Bharti is a real good bet, and in the next 12 months time frame, I would at least expect a 15% kind of returns on the script. The ARPUs have started stabilizing, and the African operations have started reducing their losses. So going forward, I would expect the African operations to actually add to their cash flows, and the capex incurred for 3G to actually be depreciated. So I would expect the stock to at least return 15% in the next 12 months time frame. So it's a good hold.
But considering the telecom sector as such, how is the mood like, sentiment in the market with so many developing stories on 2G? So how is the sentiment in the market? Are people quite wary of investing there?
See, I wouldn't advise anyone to pick the telecom space as of now. And if at all, if someone is really particular about picking the telecom space, Bharti is the only safe script that you can play with. So yeah, discounting the fact that the sentiment surrounding the telecom space is really bad, Bharti is a real good bet to enter into. So yeah,
it's the only good thing
absolutely
in the whole of the telecom sector. Okay, on that note, let's get into a short break. Lots more news and the pick of the expert coming up. Stay with us.